Hey, what's going on, guys? Today I'm going to be showing you how I make new guns for the game Riptide. So here you can see I'm getting a model from the toolbox because I don't want to take the time modeling. Right now I just want to get all the animation and coding set up. So what I do is I take the free model, I line it up with a pre-created gun, an old gun, so I can get all the necessary parts lined up, such as like the fire part, the grip part, the chamber where the shells comes out, etc. So I get that all lined up. I weld all the parts together. I make sure everything is welded correctly and can collide is off. So I noticed that the size is a bit off and looks kind of small. So I looked up an image and resized it accordingly. So now I start animating. I look for an animation that's close to what I want, but I couldn't find anything, so I decided to start from scratch. So here I'm just making the idle animation, which is just where he's going to be holding the gun. And then here I start working on the firing animation. I try to make it as detailed as possible because this is what you're going to be seeing most of the time because you're going to be firing the gun a lot. So I have to make sure my animations are very detailed so that you don't notice any strange flaws or anything like that because the gun is constantly on your screen, so you're going to notice any animation flaws. Um, so yeah, right now I'm working on the recoil. I usually work on the return last, such as when the recoil is done and you're returning to the auto position. Um, so right there, I just had to add a new magazine because I finished the firing animation and I'm making the reload animation, and I have two magazines, often for reloads, because usually my reload animations have two magazines in them where he takes the new mag, switches the old one out, and you can see both magazines in that frame. So I added a magazine called the display magazine, and right there I had to weld it because it was rigged improperly. So anyway, I added display magazine, which is just for animating. Um, so yeah, right here, I want to make an animation where he has both mags in his hand, and he switches them out and puts one back into his holster. This is the reload animation when you still have rounds in your magazine. So he doesn't want to just throw away that mag and get rid of it. He wants to keep it because it still has rounds in it. So I want to make sure that you're seeing that he's switching the mags but keeping the old one. Uh, yeah, so the reload animation is taking me the longest because they have to be very precise. They're much more complicated than anything like fire animation. They're very involved, and I struggle with animating the hand because the magazine is welded to the gun and not the hand itself, the left hand. So I have to animate the hand and magazine accordingly, and it's a bit difficult sometimes. So I just kind of go one step at a time, going from one movement to another. Usually I usually like to get the base simplistic movements and then go in and go back and like detail it up, kind of remove any weird motions, try and fix it up. Usually I don't have to do much of that though. This is kind of that case where I don't have to do much backtracking. Um, so then right here, I'm changing the magazine position to line up with the hand. So it looks like he's holding it in his left hand. Because sometimes it doesn't line up right and it looks kind of awkward. Let me shift my mic over here. So I'm about almost done with that animation. Um, right there, I'm just changing most of the easing style for when he comes back to the idle position. All right, so now I'm gonna start working on the reload out animation. So this is when you're out of ammo. So Here, he's going to kind of kick the old magazine away with the new magazine because he doesn't need that magazine anymore. It's empty, so he just kind of throws it away. He doesn't need that. So, since this is a fast-paced game, uh, he wants to reload as fast as possible. So, in order to do that, you're not going to keep the old magazine. You're just going to throw it away because you don't need it, and you're trying to reload as fast as you can. So, right now, I'm just taking the old animation, the old reload animation, and making it so that he throws the old magazine away with the new magazine and then inserts the new magazine. And then at the end, I also have to animate him racking the bolt back. So yeah, right now I'm just animating the old magazine flying away. As you can see there, I want to make it so that the old magazine disappears behind the gun model so that you can't see it when it like disappears in the animation, because then it would look weird, like, oh wait, that magazine just disappeared into thin air. What happened there? I want you to be able to not tell where it went because it actually just kind of went right back into your gun. So at this point, I'm done with the magazine insertion, and I'm trying to animate the racking the bolt back and chambering a new round. So right now, I'm animating the bolt coming back and the arm flying back with the bolt to make it look like he's pulling the bolt back. And that's where he releases, and it kind of gives a shock forward. So I'm trying to animate that as well. And then after this, I'm going to copy the return from the old animation, aka the return back to the idle position, and just going to tweak that a little bit to fit this animation. And there you go. Now we just tweak a few things there. And there you go. Yeah, so then I save all the animations, I publish them, and then I copy the IDs and place it into the animations folder. And once all the animations are placed, I take the gun and I don't animate the server gun yet because I just want to test the client side. So I changed the code a little bit. I put it into this client side, and I actually have to manually set the ADS point. So that's what I'm doing here. There. So I tested out, and there you go. Now it works. So there's some tweaks I have to do, but as of like right there, that's basically the gun is in. So yeah, I wasn't able to film the entire process, but that's the basics of adding a new gun. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed. Have a good day.